for the notice and summons of meeting. I would just like to congratulate you all for returning here. I want to congratulate the councillors who have returned from the last term, but also the new faces and the new councillors that we have in the chamber tonight. It's like the new term at school. You all look fabulous. So congratulations to you all. I also want to welcome family and friends here in the public gallery. I think we would all agree without our family and friends as support, we couldn't do what we do. So they're very welcome. I'm going to pass over to the Chief Executive now to take us through the notice and summons of the meeting.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and good evening, members. To all members of Derry City and Strabane District Council, you're hereby summoned to attend the annual meeting of the Council to be held this evening in the Guildhall, Derry, Monday the 5th of June at 7 o'clock. So if we start with the roll call, Councillor Jason Barr, Councillor Raymond Barr, Councillor Boggs, Councillor Boyle, Councillor Breslin, Councillor Cook, Councillor Cusick, Councillor Deany, Councillor Devine, Councillor Donnelly, Councillor Duffy, Councillor Alex Duffy,
Unshaw.
Councillor Sandra Duffy,
Unshaw.
Councillor Farrell, Councillor Fleming, Councillor Gallagher, Councillor Guy,
Here.
Councillor Harkin, Councillor Hart, Councillor Heaney, Councillor Hussey, Councillor Hutton, Councillor Jackson, Councillor Carrigan, Councillor Leonard, Councillor Logue, Councillor McCready, Councillor McDaid, Councillor McGinley, Councillor McGowan, Councillor McHugh, Councillor McMorris, Councillor Middleton, Councillor Mooney, Councillor Murphy, Councillor Norris, Councillor O'Farrell, Councillor Riley, Councillor Sinoy Barr, Councillor Tierney, Councillor Enelis. Thank you very much, members. Back to you, Mayor.
Thank you, John. The next item is a suspension of standing orders to allow the general public into the chamber. I believe that we still have possibly 20 seats. So could I ask for a proposer and seconder to suspend standing orders? Councillor Jackson, Alderman McCready. So if we allow for a number of minutes to see if anyone who is out in the main hall would like to join us in the chamber. Okay, we'll get on with the business of the meeting because I think anybody who wants in the chamber is now in. So thank you. It falls on me to read the broadcasting announcement now. So I would like to remind everyone present at this meeting in the Guildhall that this meeting will be broadcast live to the internet and will be capable of repeated viewing. This broadcast may be terminated or suspended in accordance with our protocol. Due to your attendance at this meeting, you are consenting to being filmed and to the use and storage of those images for broadcasting or training purposes and for the purpose of keeping historical records and making those records available to the public. Members and approved speakers are reminded to only have their mics and cameras on while speaking at the meeting and to use the chat facility to highlight a request to speak. That's obviously for online. If you're in the chamber, raise your hand. A copy of the Council's privacy notice can be found on the Council website. So thank you for that. Just now, any declarations of members' interest? Nope. Okay, it falls on me now as the outgoing mayor just to give an address in terms of my mayoral year and just a reflection on it and some thanks. So if you bear with me. So what can I say? It has been the greatest honour and privilege to serve as first citizen of this council area. And I want to thank all those who have supported me over the past year, in particular a big thank you to Kevin and my girls, Emer and Dervla, and also to my parents, my sister, my father-in-law and my mother-in-law and the wider family and friend circle. You have all been absolutely fantastic and I could not have got through the year without your help and support. I want to take this opportunity to extend my congratulations and best wishes to the incoming mayor and her family. Patricia is a great friend and a passionate advocate for anyone in need, and I have absolutely no doubt that the year ahead will be a successful one, and I really look forward to working with you throughout the year. I would also like to offer a massive word of thanks to the Deputy Mayor, Angela Dobbins, for all her help throughout the year and stepping in when the diary was particularly busy. Angela was also a council colleague in the Ballyarna DEA and did a sterling job representing the people of Culmore. I want to wish her good health and happiness in her retirement from politics. But I am sure if I know Angela, she'll never be too far away. To everyone associated with my charity, First Housing Aid and Support Services, you have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your support during the year and not only raising much needed funds for the charity, but also raising awareness of the issue of homelessness and social exclusion in our society. It has been an honour for me to host a series of hugely successful fundraising events, including the Christmas party, games night here in the Guildhall, the Mayor's Jazz Concert, 24-hour busk, and the Supercar event, to name just but a few. I have been absolutely overwhelmed by the level of support and generosity that has been shown by the local community, especially when money is tight and they too are struggling to make ends meet. I hope that during my mayoral year, I help promote the work of the charity and raise awareness of the extent of homelessness here in our city and district. And I also lobbied for additional funding, more collaboration across all sectors, and a wider understanding of the challenges faced by many people who are homeless. It would be remiss of me not to also acknowledge the support that I have received from my colleagues right across the council chamber. Thank you to each and every one of you. To the team in the Mayor's office, Karen, Alex, Ben and Mal, a massive thank you for keeping me right throughout the year and making sure I arrive on time for my engagements. I have a history of being late. A sincere thanks to the Guildhall staff who have all been amazing and provided me with much needed support, and to the wider council officer team under the leadership of John Kelpie for keeping me up to speed on all projects and initiatives and always making themselves available to offer advice and assistance. And not forgetting the council media team, they have been a massive support throughout the year. As I look back on the past year, there can be no doubt that we have faced significant challenges as a council and as a community. The cost of living crisis and seemingly endless Tory cuts imposed on our public services have undoubtedly impacted on the lives of people here. This has been compounded by the ongoing lack of an executive, which in previous years, particularly during the pandemic, have been a crucial source of support and finance to the council. But we are nothing if we are not resilient in this part of the world. And I have no doubt that we will continue to work our way through these challenges with characteristic resolve and determination. Council has played a very strong and proactive role during these challenges times to offer support where it can and to progress with its ambitious plans for strategic investment and regeneration, and we remain committed to doing this in the years to come. And there are many things we can reflect on from the past year that are important milestones for this city and district, not least the long-awaited opening of the A6, the opening of the Waterside Shared Village, the conclusion of the City Cemetery extension, and the opening of the Strathfoyle and Eglinton Play Parks, and of course, the new community centre in Gilead. I also had the pleasure of welcoming representatives from various voluntary and community groups, sporting organisations, schools and colleges, arts groups, businesses and clubs from right across the council area to a series of special mayoral receptions in recognition of the efforts and hard work in their community. This gave me an insight into the tremendous level of work that is going on right across our communities to help one another, and this gives me real hope for the future. As Mayor, I was privileged to see firsthand the collaborative work the Council does alongside its partners and stakeholders in lobbying for investment, improved services and facilities in our Council area and wider North West region. Partnership working is key to our future success, and I am confident that our Council will continue to link with others to deliver on the City Deal projects and drive forward growth through engagement with business partners, government departments and our cross-border partners to help us deliver our economic potential. I was extremely proud during my mayoral year to engage with our partners in London and the United States, to meet regularly with our colleagues in Donegal County Council and the Irish Government, and host dignitaries from across the world, including the former President Bill Clinton. I had the privilege of lending my support to many initiatives and projects throughout the year by facilitating the lighting up of the Guildhall clock and council offices in various colours for numerous charities and causes. There were many proud moments during my year as Mayor. In addition to welcoming President Clinton to the city, I was delighted to celebrate the Derry's Ulster title in the GAA and, of course, Derry's FAI Cup 1, and who could forget that. But I also had the opportunity to attend and confer the Freedom of the City on Phil Coulter and Lisa McGee. I thoroughly enjoyed the monthly tea dances at the Guildhall and took great delight in attending all the Council's fantastic events, including the Halloween Festival, St Patrick's Day Spring Carnival, the Jazz Festival, the North West Angling Fair, and of course the hugely popular Foyle Maritime Festival last July. There were occasions during my mayoral year when many in our community experienced great sadness, and we responded by opening books of condolence to allow people to express their sadness and their grief and offer condolences. During my tenure in office, I have always sought to be a mayor for all. I made a commitment to represent everyone in this city and region and to reflect the aspirations and ambitions of all of those who call this wonderful place home. In doing so, I want to say that I took inspiration, as I have done on many other occasions, from the example of Martin McGuinness. Martin was a mentor to me and a dear friend, and he is someone who always led by example. He was passionate about this city and particularly about building a better future for our young people. He was determined to reach out the hand of friendship and in so doing build new relationships and levels of understanding that continue to grow to this day. I wanted to use my year as Mayor to help build on that work, to follow Martin's leadership and legacy by continuing to reach out the hand of friendship. I hope I have done him justice. During the past 12 months, I have had the honour of presiding over events by Derry City and Strabane District Council to mark the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement. The agreement was a truly historic achievement and one which Martin was crucial to achieving. It laid the foundations for peace and the transformation in this society over the past 2.5 decades. Foundations are one thing, we have a lot more building to do. Martin McGuinness often said that we have a peace process, but what we need now is a reconciliation process. That is where this journey needs to go now, and I believe that this city and region can be a leading light in that. We have already demonstrated here the seemingly intractable disputes around the often toxic issues like parades can actually be resolved through dialogue and mutual respect and understanding. We need to continue to consolidate that. We need to continue to reach out the hand of friendship, to stretch ourselves, to strive for mutual understanding and agreement. We must make this city a welcoming and inclusive place for all. There can be no place for sectarianism, racism, homophobia, bigotry or intolerance of any kind. Our shared future must be founded on new relationships and new mindsets where we respect each other and where diversity is welcome and celebrated. We need to represent all. I sincerely hope that I have done so as Mayor. As I step down from the mayoral office this evening, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all those who I have engaged with in whatever way over the last year. It has been my absolute pleasure and privilege, and I look forward to continuing to represent you all in my role as councillor for the Ballyarnagh DEA. Gura Mugget. Councillor Jackson.
And I want on behalf of our team in Sinn Féin, to congratulate yourself on what was a very successful year. You represented the entire city and district with distinction. You've done the city and district proud. You've done our party proud. And I hope that you're proud of your achievements over the last year yourself. Mayor, you've highlighted quite a lot of the challenges that people of the city and district have faced over the last 12 months, not least the cost of living crisis, which was compounded by a lack of a functioning government here in the north and by reckless policy decisions taken by a Tory government in Britain. But throughout all of this, you have showed fantastic leadership. When households were struggling within the city and district, you stepped up. You brought key stakeholders together to explore every avenue of what support we can provide people, and that is something that we all appreciate. So well done on that, and you weren't found wanting in that regard. Mayor, you've outlined an extensive amount of work that was done over the past year, and but I want to particularly point out one initiative where you have stood up on the back of reckless decisions that were taken in London to support journalists in the city and district who were being decimated or being ignored by the powers that be in London, where you led a delegation into London. They meet with BBC bosses. They challenge the cuts to Radio Foil, and that shown leadership. And I want to, on behalf of us, on behalf of the entire council, thank you for the efforts that you've done in that regard. Mayor, throughout your entire mayoral term, we've seen the various fundraising events. We've seen the tremendous support that you've received from your family. I know I've attended some of those events, and the energy and that was provided by your family was second to none. So again, I want to thank your entire family and all your friends that came out and supported you through your mayor term, and those colleagues that work within First Housing Aid and Support Services who work tirelessly day in, day out to support homelessness, or to support people who are faced with homelessness within our city and district, an issue that every single one of us within this chamber recognises and deals with on a daily basis. But those are true heroes that are providing that support to the homeless sector on a daily basis. And it was fantastic to see their achievements recognised throughout your mayoral year. And I have no doubt that the donations that you have received over the mayoral term will go to fantastic use to support the most vulnerable within our society. So I want to congratulate everybody who played a role in that regard. But finally, Mayor, just on behalf of our team within Council, I think at the AGM last year, we had no doubt that you would have a fantastic year, but you have exceeded all our expectations. And one of the things, when I think back on the term in the AGM last year, we did make a comment and say we knew you were committed to being a mayor for all, but we did say, Sandra, be yourself, and that's essentially what you've done, and that has led to a very successful year. And I've no doubt the incoming mayor will follow in the exact same trend. So I just want to congratulate you on behalf of our team in particular. We're all immensely proud of the effort and commitment that you've put on over the last year, and I've no doubt that you'll continue that in that vein to represent the people of Ballyarnett within this new council term. Garamina Mugaf.
Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. And on behalf of the SDLP group, can I pass on our thanks and acknowledgement to you and your family, to Kevin, to Emer and to Dervla for being fantastic ambassadors for this council right across the city and district. I think you can see from the social media posts that have gone up throughout your term and the many events that you have organised and been involved in, the energy and the support that you brought to each and every one of them. I know from speaking to our councillors from right across this district and any events that they did attend along with you, that you were more than welcoming and more than supportive to them. So thank you for that. Mayor, as others have pointed out, there have been a number of challenges that people across this district have faced over the last year. And for many people, you led the way. For me, the one that stands out is the vigil that you held outside the Guildhall to the victims of the Creasla disaster. It was very moving, and I think it was very fitting that you were there. And I think the manner in which you controlled that event showed our quick and very close connections with the people of Donegal. And I think that many people across this city and district, but many people across this region will have appreciated your efforts in doing that. You have offered support to people on behalf of this council on a number of different topics. And I know that you had a lot on the 18th of May, but even on that day, when I contacted you about the death of our former colleague, Councillor Pat Devine, you were only too willing to help out and to reach out to the Devine family. And I know that they appreciated that as well. So thank you again for that. On behalf of the SDLP Mayor, we wish you well. I look forward to working with you again in Ballyarnett. I'm sure you'll take maybe a couple of days off, but maybe not too many. And Mayor, while I have the mic, if you don't mind, I would also like to pay tribute to the outgoing Deputy Mayor, my friend and colleague, Councillor Angela Dobbins. I'm particularly sad that Angela's in the public gallery this evening, and I would far rather prefer that she was on our benches with us, but for obvious reasons, she can't be. Angela has been a tremendous support to you throughout this year. She's been a tremendous support to me and to many people within our benches here throughout her term in council. We value her friendship, and we are disheartened that she's not with us any longer as part of our group. She will remain a key sounding board for us. We want to thank Angela and her family for allowing her the opportunity to be Deputy Mayor, to support you in the manner that she did. And we want to pay tribute to them as well. So thank you very much to both your own family and the Angelas for the effort that she's put on over the past 12 months on behalf of this council. Thank you.
Alderman Kerrigan.
Thank you very much, Mayor, for allowing me in. And I'll not just be as eloquent of speaking as the two previous speakers, but I do congratulate you on your term of office. You were always very fair in the chair. There was many meetings there, maybe mightn't just have agreed fully with your ruling, but we accepted your ruling, and you were very fair. And you're, for all those that might have been a wee bit long-winded, you're never too tight on the time. Now, maybe for the incoming mayor, they can maybe just be a wee bit tighter, for there's a few people like the sound of their own voice. But we'll just put that out from from the start, Mayor. But so as I say, Mayor, it is that position as first citizen of the city and district, but it's that position of out of your own house and your own family dealing with it as well. And there has been, it's not easy in a family. Then you're running here left, right, and centre, and as I say, all the previous mayors would say the same. So as I say, it has been something you've had to cope with. So I do congratulate you on your term, and I say now you might be able to take a wee bit of a break, but again, the people of Balliernet will not have you having a break. You'll be kept busy there, and so thank you for your term. And again, to Councillor Dobbins, I sat with Councillor Dobbins in planning for over the years, and she was sitting beside me when we first came in on the AGM, and I say I'm sad to see Angela leaving, but or away, but it's just how it's fell out. But again, congratulate her for her term as your deputy mayor as well. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Alderman Gay.
Thank you, Mayor, for letting me in. And I'd just like to congratulate you on an excellent year's mayor. I'd like to thank on a personal level the 2 occasions which he helped me out, a family member who had lost his wife through brain cancer, and you were able to light up the buildings as a mark of respect, and obviously to raise money and awareness for the brain cancer charity. Also, the ladies and gentlemen of the Londonderry Operatic Society had a most enjoyable night when you hosted them. I think it was for their 70th anniversary or something, and they were really pleased, and they definitely had a great night then. But I would also like to point out, on this behalf of the Ulster Unionist Party here, is we obviously come from very different political backgrounds, and it was pointed out to me by a number of people. Now, I believe on the day, I think Derry City Football Club were playing away in Dublin at a final, but you took time out before you headed down the road to lay a wreath at the War Memorial on Remembrance Sunday, and it didn't go unnoticed from the people I represent. So thank you, Mayor, and all the best for the future. I'll be working with you anyway for the next 4 years. So, and I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate Angela on backing you up the whole year. I know I seem to bump into Angela at a lot of church services throughout the year, and it always seems very lonely sitting up there, and you're basically sitting by yourself up in the front of the church. I don't like people go up the front, by the way. I always sneak into the back seat. But good luck, and I'm sorry to see that you're not back in council, but all the best and going forward, and enjoy your retirement. So thank you, Mayor.
Councillor Harkin.
Thank you, Mayor, for letting me in. And first of all, I want to congratulate you on behalf of People Before Profit for a very successful mayorship. We can see how hard you worked over the last year. And we know that that doesn't come at with no cost, because it has an impact on your family, because there's very little time. We can see your schedule day in, day out, and you were, as you said, you would be a mayor for everybody. So full congratulations on that, and thank you for the work that you did as a mayor in the city. And secondly, we think that you were a very fair mayor as well in the chamber, in terms of we can sometimes be quite combative in here around all sorts of things. But I think that you allowed the discussions to happen, and hopefully that will go forward. And it's not easy to do that at times as well, because chairing meetings isn't difficult, or it can be quite difficult. And there's a few other things as well I want to highlight that I want to thank you for your work on. Obviously, the work you've done and the highlighting of homelessness in the city is very, very important and across the district. But also you hosted and organised a cost of living rally here in the city centre. And I think that that was very, very important because I think, as we know, people right across the district have struggled over the last year. And I wish all our mayors right across this island had followed suit, because I think it's something that every mayor in every district, north and south, should have been highlighting. And you've highlighted other issues as well. You've been very strong on women's rights, very supportive in Palestine. And I want to acknowledge the work that you've done as well, not just on Radio Foyle, but also in support of the Seagate workers, leading the council delegation in the meetings. And it has been a very, very challenging year. I think that, we obviously know that we are a divided city in the sense of people from different communities and different backgrounds, but right across our district, the people have struggled. People have struggled, as we know, paying their bills. And unfortunately, it's not over. And it's only going to worsen. And some of the announcements that we've just heard about the rates support grant being cut are not good. And it just seems, I want positive news stories, but when we hear about layoffs at Seagate, when we hear about layoffs at First Source, when we see the issues at Radio Foyle not resolved yet, we know that people are still struggling, and our council, I think, is going to have to continue to be a champion and an advocate for people who are facing challenges right across the district. And I think that is something you've done as the mayor, and I think it's something we need to see continue now over the next year. So I know you're not retiring tonight, you're just stepping down from being the mayor. And I think you'll agree that this council needs to be a champion and an advocate for the issues that are impacting people right across the district. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Barr.
Thank you, Mayor. Just briefly, I would just like to align myself with all the very well-deserved and generous comments here tonight for yourself and to Angela, who I'm sorry to see going as well. It's plain for all to see that your duties were carried out in a very fair and professional manner. So well done to yourself and to Angela.
Okay, Councillor Gallagher.
Thank you, Mayor, for letting us on. Mayor, look, I thought you were very fair. You've worked very hard over the past year. Externally, throughout the district, including Strabane. So very pleased for that. You were in Strabane more often than I was. But what I would say, and Sean sort of hinted at it there, the job of mayor in this chamber, and for some of the newbies, it can be like a bear pit. But I think that you were very skillful in allowing the debate to happen, allowing everybody on their fair share of speaking, including myself. Sometimes you might have told me to shut up, like, but maybe not at this present, but when they get the plaudits. But the skill of doing it shouldn't go unrecognised, because not everybody can do it. When it's done right, it works well, and it seemed to work well. So well done.
Councillor Donnelly.
Chair, look, there's not a lot to be left to be said. My personal experience is that I thought you were very approachable during your term, and I thought you were very, very fair. The amount of charity events that were raised, and I've had the opportunity to walk along with you in some of them sponsored walks and that. And again, I thought very down to earth and very, very approachable. There was one when people had said to me about a slight criticism, and I was able to approach you and convey that criticism. But the answer that you give me was that if I'm not invited, then what can I do? And I took that criticism straight back, and both people who had said that to me immediately put their hands up and accepted that and said, well, that's 100%. That's not a slight. That's just that, because perception is everything, and anybody who had that type of criticism, if you're not invited, there's nothing. But I thought you worked very, very hard, and even right up until yesterday, your last event in Craigan in Reservoir, having heard you speak, and I know it was a very emotional event, and you were touched personal for the event, the fundraiser, and they highlight the tragedy and death of young Jack Edgar. So I'd like to thank you for, and there's been a number of occasions, there's been occasions where you've given me a lift to events. That's probably the closest I'll ever come to be in the mayor car, but thank you.
Thank you. This is probably the quietest you will have seen me. Thank you very much. I'm really, truly humbled by all those lovely comments, and they do mean a lot to me, and they will mean a lot to my family as well. I said I wasn't going to cry tonight, but thank you very much. I am truly humbled, and on that note, I'm going to move on. John, are you going to take us through the hunt?
Sure.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, thank you, Mayor. Members, we're moving to item 7 on the agenda, which is the allocation of the positions of responsibility for each of the 4 years, right up to June 2027. And these are in accordance with Schedule 1 of the 2014 Act. So there are 72 positions of the hunt to run through, but we will start with the first, then take a pause, and then move on with the other 71. So the first position of responsibility is allocated to Sinn Féin.
Okay, Gormaga John, and it is a huge honour and privilege to nominate my friend, colleague, comrade, Patricia Logue to the position of Mayor in year 1. Patricia has served the people of the Moor since 2005. And anybody that knows Patricia knows the lengths that she would go to represent the constituent. Patricia is without doubt the hardest working councillor that I have ever met. She has been, I'm conscious I'm sitting beside her, and she is someone who, when I came on the council, she's someone I looked up to, someone who I took a lot of inspiration from. Her work ethic is second to none, and she still always found time for those that are most important to her, and that is her family. Patricia absolutely needs no introduction to the people of Derry City and Strabane. She has been an absolute fantastic councillor and representative for the Moor ward, and I have no doubt that she will represent the people of the entire city and district with the same commitment and determination that she's had, that she gave to the people of the Moor for the last 18 years. It's a true honour to be part of the team with Patricia, and I look forward to working with her over the next year. So, and on the same note, that from the last AGM, I have no doubt that Patricia will be a mayor for all. I have no doubt that Patricia's personality will shine through from every corner of our city and district. And one word of advice as Patricia takes on the responsibility of being first citizen for all within our city and district is, Patricia, be yourself. Because we have got absolutely every faith that you will be up to the challenge, and that you will do your utmost to represent us all and be the public face of council. So there's nothing left to say other than I want to congratulate Patricia and wish her well in the year ahead. Very much.
Just hold. Next.
Do you want me to continue?
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, we'll just continue with the decomp process.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Councillor Logue, looking forward to working with you during the year, Mayor.
Okay.
So we'll move on with the second position, and that is over to the SDLP, please.
Thank you, John, and congratulations to the newly elected mayor. Hopefully there'll be a spot where you can say a few words and we'll convey our thoughts at that stage, Mayor. But for our first shout, we would like to take the position of mayor in year 2.
Thank you. Councillor Tierney, third position back to Sinn Féin, please. Councillor Jackson.
John, we would like to take the position of mayor in year 3.
Thank you. And the fourth position remains with yourselves, Councillor Jackson.
Thanks, John. Position of mayor in year 4.
Thank you. Now we move to the DUP for position 5, please.
Position of deputy mayor in year 3.
Thank you. SDLP, please. Councillor Tierney.
Thank you, John. We'll for the position of deputy mayor in year 1, and it's my honour and privilege to nominate Councillor Jason Barr to that position. Jason has worked tirelessly over the last term of council, on behalf, not only on behalf of the people of Strabane, but people right across this council area. He is a strong voice on local issues impacting local communities and has used his platform in this council to highlight a number of important issues that have made a real difference to people. The SDLP group are delighted to nominate Jason to Deputy Mayor in recognition of all the good work that he has done across this district, and I've no doubt that he'll continue to be a first-class public representative for everyone. I know his young daughter is in the public gallery, who's extremely excited to see what kind of chain her daddy's going to get this evening. We wish Jason well as he takes up his position as Deputy Mayor, and for one, I reluctantly look forward to the TikToks that may follow as Jason picks up that position. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Councillor Tierney, and congratulations, Councillor Barr. Position 7, Sinn Féin.
Thanks, John. Could I appoint Councillor Rory McHugh, the Chair of Environment and Regeneration in year 1?
Thank you, Councillor Jackson. And remaining with yourselves for position 8.
Chair, just a point there, we picked the deputy mayor in year 3, not year 2, sorry.
Apologies, we'll just correct that now. Okay. So we got position 8 in there, yeah? Content?
Could I appoint Councillor Emma McGinley to Chair of Governance and Strategic Planning in year 1?
Thank you. Year 1. It's hopefully, can you see the screen, Alderman Guy, up there okay? Is it coming up on these screens? I can't see it properly. Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. Position 9, back to yourselves. Councillor Tierney, SDLP.
Deputy Mayor, year 4.
Thank you. And position 10 to the UUP. Thank you. And position 11, Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin.
Could I appoint Councillor Brian Hart to Chair of Business and Culture year 1?
Thank you. And position 12, Sinn Féin.
Chair of Governance and Strategic Planning year 2.
Thank you. And DUP position 13, please.
Northern Ireland Housing Council. Alderman President.
Okay with that? And to yourselves, Councillor Tierney, SDLP position 14.
Chair of Health and Communities, Year 1, and it'll be myself, please.
Okay. 15, Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin, please.
Chair of Planning Committee, Year 2.
Year 2. Planning Committee, Year 2.
Just sort of thing.
Okay. And position 16, Councillor Jackson.
Chair of Health and Communities, Year 2.
Thank you. Councillor Tierney, SDLP, position 17.
Chair of ENR, Year 3.
Thank you. Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin, position 18.
Chair of Business and Culture, Year 2.
Thank you. Councillor Carrigan, DUP, year, position 19, please.
Chair of ENR, Year 2.
Thank you. Councillor Tierney, SDLP.
Chair of Business and Culture, Year 2. Year 3, sorry.
Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin.
Chair of Governance, Year 3.
Councillor Guy, UUP, position 22.
Chair of Governance, Year 4.
Thank you. Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin.
Chair of the Planning Committee, Year 4.
Councillor Tierney, SDLP.
Chair of Planning, Year 3.
Sinn Féin, position 25. Councillor Jackson, please.
Chair of Health and Communities, Year 3.
Health and Communities, Year 3.
And yourselves again, Councillor Jackson.
Chair of Environment and Regeneration, Year 4.
Councillor Carrigan, DUP.
Chair of Health and Communities, Year 4.
Thank you. Councillor Tierney, SDLP.
Chair of Planning, Year 4.
Go on. Year 1. Nation as well, Councillor Tierney for year 1.
Councillor Boyle.
Okay. Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson, please.
Chair of Business and Culture, Year 4.
Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson, please again.
Thanks, John. John, can I appoint myself on the partnership panel?
That's page 2. We didn't get a name from the DUP for the Housing Council. Okay. Just checking there, Councillor Carrigan, we didn't get a name from yourselves for your representative on the Housing Council.
Alderman Breslin.
Alderman Breslin, thank you. Position 31, Councillor Tierney, SDLP.
Deputy Chair of Governance and Strategic Planning, Year 1.
Thank you.
Councillor Farrell.
Thank you. Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin.
Could I, the Chair of Audit Committee, Year 2.
Okay. Thank you. Position 33, People Before Profit, Councillor Harkin. Okay. Position 34, Independent Councillor Gary Donnelly.
Deputy Chair, Health and Community, Year 1.
Thank you. Ulster Unionist Party, Councillor Guy. Please. And who would that be? Thank you. And Councillor Kerrigan, DUP, position 36.
We will take Chair of Audit in Year 3.
Thank you. Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin.
Chair of Audit, Year 4.
Thank you. SDLP, Councillor Tierney, please.
All the chair. Go on, give me Deputy Chair of Health and Communities, Year 2.
Thank you. Position 39, Independent Councillor Paul Gallagher. Thank you. And position 40, Independent Councillor Raymond Barr. Which year? Year 1. Thank you. Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson, please.
Deputy Chair of Planning, Year 3.
Thank you. SDLP, Councillor Tierney.
Deputy Chair of Governance, Year 3.
Thank you. Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson, please.
Deputy Chair of E&R, Year 2.
Thank you. And again, position 44, Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin.
Deputy Chair of Governance, Year 4.
Thank you. Councillor Kerrigan, DUP, please.
Deputy Chair of Governance Strategic Planning, Year 2.
SDLP, Councillor Tierney.
Deputy Chair of Business, Year 4.
Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson, please.
Deputy Chair of Business and Culture, Year 3.
Sinn Féin again, Councillor Jackson, please.
Deputy Chair of Environment and Regeneration, Year 3.
Thank you. SDLP, Councillor Tierney.
Deputy Chair of Planning, Year 4.
Thank you. Councillor Guy, UUP, please. Thank you. Sinn Féin, position 51, Councillor Jackson.
Deputy Chair of Business and Culture, Year 2.
Councillor Jackson, Sinn Féin again, please, 52.
Deputy Chair of the Planning Committee, Year 2.
Thank you. Councillor Kerrigan, DUP.
Deputy Chair of Health and Communities, Year 3.
SDLP, Councillor Tierney.
ENR, Deputy Chair, Year 4.
Thank you. Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson.
Deputy Chair of Audit, Year 3.
Thank you. And again, Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson.
Deputy Chair of Audit, Year 1. And can I nominate Councillor Fergal Leonard?
Thank you. Leonard. And SDLP position 57.
Deputy Chair of Audit, Year 4.
Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson, please.
Could I appoint myself on the PCSP?
Councillor Kerrigan, DUP.
Councillor McMorris onto the PCSP.
Thank you.
Councillor McMorris.
SDLP, please.
PCSP, Jason Barr.
Thank you. Sinn Féin, please.
PCSP, Councillor Fergal Leonard.
Thank you. Councillor Guy, UUP, please. Sinn Féin, please.
PCSP, Councillor Sandra Duffy.
SDLP, please.
PCSP, John Boyle.
Sinn Féin, please.
PCSP, Councillor Emma McGinley.
Sinn Féin again, please.
PCSP, Councillor Antonio Farrell.
Thank you. DUP, please.
PCSP, myself.
Thank you. We should have some positions still left in sheet 1. My calculations are right. So SDLP next, please.
Deputy Chair of Audit, Year 2.
Thank you. Sinn Féin, please.
He declined the nominate.
Okay. Are you declining the next position as well? Yeah. SDLP, declining. And position 72, Sinn Féin?
Declined the nominate.
Decline. So can I just check how many positions we've left to fill? Just one. Profit position 73.
Can I just clarify, it's just the Reserve Forces position that's available, but will be declining. Thank you.
Independent Councillor Gary Donnelly.
Give it a miss.
Ulster Unionist Party, Councillor Guy. Are we? Oh, that's right. I had 72 positions. I'm surprised that we are full. Just checking that we are full, Teresa. Is that correct?
Chair, I was minded that was 4 individual terms in that last position, not a 4-year term.
check that
Maybe I'm
for you?
wrong.
No, it is. It's annual. Sorry, it's only.
Sorry, it is annual. That's right. So, we'll move on. So which year, councillor Guy? Year 1. DUP,
I hit in year 2.
year 2. Next position is Sinn Féin,
Kindly nominate.
SDLP. Independent councillor Paul Gallagher,
I'll give it a miss.
independent councillor Raymond Barr. Sinn Féin, SDLP. Sinn Féin, DUP, position 85.
I hit in year 4.
SDLP, Sinn Féin, SDLP, Ulster Unionist Party. I think that's just full now. Okay, so I think we've now filled, Madam Mayor, all the 72 positions of responsibility. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, members.
Thank you, John, and thank you to the council officers for carrying out that very difficult task. I suppose before I go on to my main speech, I would like to dispel any concerns around timing. I will continue to run a tight ship up here, so if I tell you to stop talking, well, please stop talking. Okay? Right. I want to begin by thanking Sandra for her leadership, her compassion, her good humour and her friendship during the past 12 months. She has been an outstanding first citizen, and I know I have big boots to fill. Congratulations also to Jason Barr, who has been elected as Deputy Mayor. I look forward to working with you in the time ahead. I also want to take this opportunity to thank my family for all their support throughout all my time on council. And I'd like to thank them in advance for all the support I'm going to need over the next 12 months. It has been the privilege of my life to represent the people of the Moore ward for the past 18 years. I know I simply couldn't have done it without the support of my husband, children and grandchildren. And now as I take up position as Mayor, where I will be representing all the people of the city and region, I know they will be at my side once again. As indeed will Sandra and all my colleagues in Sinn Féin, who I want to thank for nominating me for this position. Because while the mayoralty is an individual office, I very much believe that showing positive political leadership, building reconciliation, respect and prosperity in this society is a collective responsibility. I believe in the concept of a mayor for all. I believe that every citizen of this region has the right to have their voice heard and their aspirations respected. That is the approach which Sandra took, and I fully intend to follow her example. Of course, I know the coming year will be intense and a demanding one. Workers and families continue to face many challenges, and there is a big work ahead for us in continuing the transformation of this city and district for the better. We must do everything possible within our power as a local authority to continue to support workers and families and public services throughout the rising cost of living and deliver first-class council services. But I also know from previous mayors that it is a hugely rewarding job. And I give you all my commitment that I will use this office to the very best of my ability to build on the fantastic work that Sandra has already carried out. I will continue to reach out the hand of friendship. I will continue to be a mayor for all, and I will continue to do everything in my power to attract jobs, investments and opportunities to this city and region. This is an incredible place. It is full of incredible people, and I know we can build an incredible future. Over the year ahead, I will put a particular focus on raising much needed funds and awareness of my mayoral charities, which will be the Ryan McBride Foundation and the Foyle Hospice, who both do sterling work in our society. I look forward to working with you all over the next 12 months. Caramila Mayogat. Can I now ask the Deputy Mayor if he wants to say a few words?
Thank you very much, Patricia, and congratulations. I am deeply honoured and humbled to have been nominated as Deputy Mayor of Derry City and Strabane District Council. I'd like to thank my SDLP colleagues for the nomination and my family and friends for all the help, support and guidance they have given me throughout my time as a councillor, particularly during the recent council election, which I'm sure everyone in the Sperrin fought like it would never end. Most importantly, to my daughter Freya, my mum and dad, Kathleen and Noel, my sisters Donna and Susan, and brothers Gareth, Noel and David, for always having my back and giving me their continued support. I'd also like to pay tribute to the outgoing Mayor, Sandra Duffy, on a fantastic year as first citizen. And it just goes to show sometimes how small the world is. It was this time last year that we actually found out that we're both related due to our Donegal roots from Burton Burnfoot. Of course, to my former colleague, outgoing Deputy Mayor Angela Dobbins, who was ever present when called upon right across the council area during my last term. My party colleague Angela will be missed by all in the SDLP council team, but I know she'll be there for me this year to share her experiences should I need to call on her. As a proud Strabane man, I am determined to use my platform as Deputy Mayor, as I have throughout my time in council, to provide a strong voice for my local community, to highlight the issues impacting local people, but also to celebrate our many achievements and showcase everything we have to offer. It would be remiss of me not to acknowledge that people in Strabane do feel that they don't get their fair share from this council. So as Deputy Mayor, I will be very proud to highlight that. I'm sure that people in this area also feel supported and connected to the work of their representatives. Strabane and the Sperrin DA is a fantastic town and place to live. We have seen significant improvements throughout the area over the last few years, but the campaign must go on for better facilities to finally deliver the life-saving A5 upgrade for jobs and investment and support for local communities. It really is an area that has so much potential, and you'll forgive me if I shout about it more than a few times over my course of the term. That said, I'm going to be a Deputy Mayor for everyone right across the council area. May that be Derry, Strabane, Cityside, Waterside, Balmagorry, Plumbridge, Ahibrack, Dunnamana, Ardygarvan, Douglas Bridge, Sion Mills, Clary and Castlederg. I will also aim to work with people from every community and background, including Mayor Patricia Logue and my other council colleagues, to be a Deputy Mayor that everyone can be proud of. While I am delighted to be the Deputy Mayor, it would be remiss of me not to mention the struggles that are impacting families in every part of this council and right across the north. People are really struggling with the cost of living crisis. Our public services are collapsing, with the health service falling apart. Our education services deprived of funding, and community and voluntary groups facing an uncertain future as they carry out vital work that people rely on each and every day. As Deputy Mayor, I will work to highlight these issues and ensure that Council helps out where it can throughout the year. One of the things I'm most looking forward to during my term is getting out and meeting people during the year, especially during the fantastic programme of events that this council delivers, from Derry's world-renowned Halloween celebrations to our own summer jam and St Patrick's Day celebrations in Strabane. I'm also looking forward to attending events and meeting many of the fantastic people who enrich the society in the Northwest, from our community groups, sports teams and to the charities who often step up to provide important services locally. As we embark on this new council term, I'd like to reiterate how much it means to me to be an elected representative for my home community, where I live, work and raise my daughter Freya. I am also proud to be from the Northwest of this island, even if we do have our disagreements when Tyrone beats Derry. I know that's unsaid now, but you know, there is far more that unites us people from every part of this council are the individuals. We share the same problems and the same successes, and we all want a better future for people here. That's the spirit I'll be bringing to the role of Deputy Mayor this year, and I'm looking forward to working extremely hard to deliver for the people of Derry and Strabane, and of course, for all you that know me, I'm sure that the odd TikTok will be put up around it as well. Finally, and once again, to formally congratulate Patricia on your role as Mayor and First Citizen for Derry City and Strabane District Council. I have no doubt you'll be a fantastic First Citizen for all, and I'm looking forward to supporting you and your charity whenever you're called upon in the year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. When I seen all pages there on it with your speech, I thought I was going to have to exercise my time in there just to reassure everybody. However, we'll move on now to item number 9, and that is the designation of aldermen. And can I just remind everyone at this stage, there is a maximum of 10, and should demand exceed the threshold, of vote through proportional representation will need to be taken. So. Councillor Kerrigan.
Thank you, Mayor, and congratulate you on your election, and wish you a good term of office, and same for your Deputy Mayor. Congratulations to Councillor Barr. I would make a proposal that the DUP group and the Ulster Unions group be appointed as aldermen, if that's in mind. Thank you, Mayor.
That's fine. Thank you. Any other nominations? No. Right. We'll move on. And now item number 10 is the nominations of members to the following committees of the Council for the period June 2023 to June 2027 in accordance with the Schedule 2 of the Local Government Act 2014.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Members, as you know, this is done in 2 parts. Part 1 is relatively straightforward. Part 2, as you know, is a little bit trickier, but we'll come to that when we come to it. So we'll maybe start with part 1 first. We start with the governance of the Governance and Strategic Planning Committee. From our calculations, there are remaining 5 number places. From Sinn Féin, please.
John, could I nominate Councillor Paul Boggs, Sandra Duffy, myself, Conor Heaney, and Anton O'Farrell?
Thank you very much, Councillor Jackson. I think there are 2 remaining places for the SDLP. Councillor Tierney.
Yeah, thank you, John. Can I nominate Councillor Sean Mooney and myself, please?
Okay. Yeah.
Folks, sorry for the interruption, but at this stage, I'm just going to ask anybody that wants to move on the main hall. Now you can get a wee bit stifling on here for this, in this part of the proceedings. You're very free to do so. So, you just want to move.
Apart from elected members.
Apart from elected members, that is, and council officers.
I'll just pause for a wee minute. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I would just pause for a minute. That's okay.
I'll go back to this bit.
They're all going, John. Continue now, John. Yeah, if I can just bring members to order again, please. John, sit in your seat. No, sorry about that slight pause, but I thought, you know, it is very warm on here and there's a lot of young children and older people, so they might be more comfortable outside. Right, we're just going to continue on now.
Okay, thank you, Madam Mayor. So we've, in step one, minimum allocation per party, we have two remaining positions, one for the DUP and one for the UUP. So DUP, please.
Alderman President on the Governance and Strategic Planning.
Alderman President. And UUP? Alderman Guy? Alderman Guy, thank you. So that's step one complete for governance and... Sorry, just say it again.
That was just who we were putting on governance, was it? Yeah.
Correct.
Derek. It's Derek.
Okay. Alderman Hussey. Thank you. So moving to planning, 6 members from Sinn Féin, please, Councillor Jackson.
Thanks, Sean. Councillor Rory McHugh, Fergal Leonard, myself, Councillor Pat Murphy, Councillor Sean Fleming, and Councillor Conor Heaney.
Thank you. There are 2 remaining places for the SDLP, I think, Councillor Tierney.
Councillor Sean Mooney and Councillor Catherine McDade.
Thank you. Alderman Carrigan, DUP.
Myself on the planning.
And Alderman Guy, UUP.
Alderman Hussey.
Okay, Teresa. Yeah, thank you. Moving to assurance, audit and risk, 5 more from Sinn Féin, please, Councillor Jackson.
Councillor John McGowan, Councillor Sean Fleming, Conor Heaney, myself, and Councillor Caroline Devine.
Thank you. Okay. And 3 from the SDLP, please, Councillor Tierney.
Councillor Martin Riley, Councillor Shauna Cusick and Councillor Declan Norris.
Thank you. Alderman Carrigan, DUP, please.
Self on audit.
Sorry, was that yourself? Thank you. And Alderman Guy, UUP, please.
Alderman McCready.
Thank you. Moving to business and culture, 5 members from Sinn Féin, please, Councillor Jackson.
Councillor John McGowan, Councillor Rory McHugh, Councillor Grace Enilis, Councillor, apologies, Teresa, Councillor Anton O'Farrell, and Councillor Aisling Hutton.
That's okay. Did you pick up another name? I thought from Hart McGowan. McHugh. Davis, Anthony Farrell, and Ashleen Hutton. Okay. Trees okay with that? Thank you, Councillor Jackson. Councillor Tierney, 3 from the SDLP, please.
Councillor Rory Farrell, Councillor Shauna Cusick, and Councillor Lillian Sinobar.
Thank you. They're going to rush another tree on it. Okay. Thank you. And 1 from the DUP, please, Alderman Carrigan.
Alderman Cook.
Okay. Thank you. Moving to Environment and Regeneration, 5 members.
John, Alderman McCready.
We have Alderman McCready down from, he must have a
All right.
responsibility. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. 5 remaining members from Sinn Féin for ENR, please, Councillor Jackson.
Councillor Brian Hart, Councillor Caitlin Deeney, Councillor Pat Murphy, Councillor Alex Duffy, and Councillor Emma McGinley.
Thank you, Councillor Jackson. Okay. 3 members from the SDLP, please, Councillor Chair.
Ron, apologies, no, just on the screen and I can't make it out, but it's Councillor Caitlin Deeney rather than Councillor Grace Neelis.
Caitlin Deeney. Happy with that correction, Councillor Jackson? Yeah. Sorry, Councillor Tierney, 3 SDLP.
Councillor Martin Riley, Councillor Jason Barr, and Councillor Declan Norris.
Okay. Thank you. Alderman Carrigan, DUP.
Alderman Middleton for Environment and Regeneration.
Okay. Middleton. And Alderman Guy, UUP, please.
Alderman Hussey.
Thank you. And finally, for now, 6 places, Councillor Jackson from Sinn Féin for Health and Community.
Thanks, John. Councillor Sandra Duffy, Councillor Ashleen Hutton, Councillor Paul Boggs, Councillor Caitlin Deeney, Councillor Grace Neelis, and Councillor Caroline Devine.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And 2 remaining places for the SDLP, please, Councillor Tierney.
Councillor Lillian Sinobar and Councillor Catherine McDade.
Thank you. UP, Alderman Carrigan.
Alderman McMorris.
Yeah. And Alderman Guy.
Myself.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Madam Mayor, if I go on to the next.
Yes.
Yeah. So members, this is part 2, the nomination to fill the remaining places on each committee. So there are, by our calculations, there are 14 remaining places because a number of them have been filled during the position to responsibility phase. So just to double check to make sure that we're on the same course as yourselves, we think there are 2 remaining places for Sinn Féin, 3 remaining places for the SDLP, 5 remaining places for the DUP, none for the UUP, 1 for People Before Profit, 1 for Independent Councillor Gary Donnelly, 1 for Independent Councillor Paul Gallagher, and 1 for Independent Councillor Raymond Barr. So are we comfortable with that? And then we fill that, as always, by the hunt. And as you know, it can get a little bit tricky near the end. So hopefully we'll manage the process and make sure that we don't have one person on the same committee twice, which is generally an impossibility. So if we start with Sinn Féin, please.
Sean, can I nominate Councillor Alex Duffy on the Health and Communities?
Thank you. SDLP, please.
I nominate Councillor Jason Barr on the Planning Committee.
Thank you. Second position then for Sinn Féin, Councillor Jackson.
I nominate Councillor Sean Fleming on the Business and Culture.
Okay, thank you. Alderman Carrigan, DUP's first position.
Nominate Alderman Breslin onto planning.
Thank you. SDLP's second position, please, Councillor Tierney.
And I nominate Councillor Jason Barr on the Health and Communities Committee.
Thank you. So that's the Health and Communities full at this point. Thank you. SDLP's third position, please, Councillor Tierney.
Councillor John Boyle on the E&R Committee, please.
Thank you. DUP's second position, please.
Myself on the E&R.
So that's E&R full. Thank you. DUP's third position, please.
Councillor Alderman Middleton on to Business and Culture.
Okay. Thank you. DUP's fourth position, please.
Alderman Cook on to Governance and Strategic Planning.
Okay. People before profits, remaining position, please.
Myself on the Governance and Strategic Planning. Thanks.
Thank you. Independent Councillor Gary Donnelly's remaining position, please.
Governance and Strategic Planning.
Thank you. DUP's final position, please.
Has to be on to assurance audit the risk.
Has to be on to assurance audit.
I was thinking that was caught. Alderman McMorris on to audit.
Independent Councillor Paul Gallagher, please.
Business and Culture.
Thank you. And Independent Councillor Raymond Barr. And I think that's a full house for everything, without a glitch, which is, I think, the first time as well. Thank you very much, members. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah. Thank you, members. Now, there is another item for information, and it's the nomination for outside bodies. However, there will be a special council meeting for that on the 20th of June. And so there's nothing else left for me to do is to invite you all and council officers into the council, the Guildhall Hall for some refreshments.
And Mayor, just for the record, we just have to state that that's been adjourned to the special council meeting.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.